Soon, I'll tear your body apart. With just my bare hands, you got it?
Killer will really be on his Ultra Instinct activities, bro. Look at this. This nigga Killer got no remorse while doing this. His heart is in a bag. Oh yeah, we definitely gotta give him. What's good, y'all? Hoodie. It's that brother, it's a miracle. And I recently started watching Hunter x Hunter. I'm not finished with the series yet, but I wanted to make a video on it because it's kind of, peak. Man, seeing how good this show is, it really made me so sad they did not get a good video game for this. Like, you telling me I couldn't use the net and stuff? Come on now. But that's besides the point, because as you can see by the title, we handing out some awards, baby. I'm gonna give Tompa an L straight off the bat, though, just because I hate that nigga. Let me stop playing, though, because right here you can see the actual awards we're gonna be giving. So they range from the MVP to the most clutch to the most improved throughout the series. And then to cap it off, we're just gonna be doing a power ranking for this arc. So we're just gonna rank the protagonists from the strongest and then go down to the weakest. And then for each award, we're gonna give an honorable mention. So we're gonna either give one or two depending on how I feel about that specific one. But let me not waste any more time trying to discuss the awards. Let's just hop straight into it. You'll see how it goes. I feel like out of all the arcs in this series, the Hunter exam arc is probably the hardest one to give MVP to. Just because we get introduced to all the characters at the same time. So it's kind of like they all gotta shine in their own ways in order for them to be interesting for us. That being said, I still feel like there's two characters that were slightly above the other two in this arc at least, and one of them is Killua. I feel like Killua, just having the assassin training that he did during this arc, just put him so far ahead of everybody else in terms of raw power and experience. Another thing about Killua was just, this nigga was so mysterious, like, he could do this? Like, I wholeheartedly believe the only thing keeping this nigga from being the actual MVP of this arc was because he was so selfish at the beginning of this arc. Like, he only was doing this to show off or to do his own game. He didn't really care. He was just trying to have fun by himself. Like, I feel like a big part of being the MVP is how well you work with the other people and how much you include the other people. And Killua, word for word, said himself that he was only taking the Hunter exam just for fun. So now we got to pull up who I think is the MVP of this arc clearly, but people could debate it, but I think it's pretty clear that the answer's Gon. This whole entire series would be just completely different if Gon was not the main character. Like, and specifically this arc, he is the glue. He is holding everyone together. Like, none of this happens without Gon. And I know it's not a hot take since I know he's the main character, but I promise you not all the words gonna go this way. It's just, it would be slander if I say he's not the most valuable when he clearly is in this arc. So wrapping up the awards, we just giving Gon the MVP and we giving the honorable mention to Killua. Pretty simple. I'm not gonna lie, I already know who this one is and it's not even close. Me personally, I feel like every character of the main four had their own chance to shine in this arc, but once again, two characters shine more, and this time it's once again going to Killua. But this time I'm giving the honorable mention to Gon. So starting off with Gon, I feel like his Coldest scene was at the end of this exam. It was when he was talking to Illumi and he found out that Killua could have possibly be controlled by Illumi. Like, look how serious he is.
You're not qualified to be his big brother.
He's not qualified? Talk to him, Gon. I mean, he just grabs his arm, tosses him up in the air effortlessly, like he floats down. But then look at this, bro.
Friends don't have to either.
This nigga Gon literally breaks his arm. Mind you, Gon just woke up from his slumber. So this is the first thing he does. He just wakes up and chooses violence. Like, come on now. He got to get this honorable mention. Okay, but moving on though. I think the coldest moment was Killua by far. Like, oh my goodness. Where do I even begin with this? I just got to show y'all.
All I want is to hear you scream.
Really? Fine. We'll just keep fighting until one of us dies.
Soon, I'll tear your body apart. With just my bare hands, you got it? What happened? Why am I so cold?
Just go ahead and give Killua his award, bro. He deserved that. I can't even fathom that moment. Most improved. I feel like this is probably the hardest one to evaluate just because it kind of depends on what you're looking for in an improved character. Like, the same character who improved the most mentally and as a character might not have changed the most physically, and same vice versa. I also feel like in this arc specifically, it's kind of harder to gauge where they started from since the first 2 exams were not even really battle arcs. We do, however, see a lot of changes in character, and I think just for this arc specifically, I'm going to be taking that a lot more into consideration than I normally would. Anyways, I think everyone genuinely deserves an honorable mention for this one, just because they all improved in different ways, but I think my pick for this one has to be Leorio. I know I said Leorio, I know y'all think it's Gone or somebody, but in my opinion, it's Leorio, and Leorio clears, bro. If you take Leorio from that first scene when they was on the boat, going on the way to the Hunter exam, you cannot tell me that it's the same character at the end of this arc. But if you don't think Leorio is the MIP, I literally got one word for you, just one word. Give this nigga his MIP. Being clutch can be interpreted in many different ways, but I feel like in this series, it's kind of just who had the most crucial decision making. I think Killua had a pretty decent chance at being the most clutch, but the fact that he didn't pass the exam kind of makes it, a little questionable. Of the main 4, Leorio was probably the biggest hindrance. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my boy is kind of getting carried. So I think I gotta give the honorable mention to Kurapika. He was pretty level-headed throughout the whole entire series except for a few emotional outbursts. And especially on the way to the Hunter exam, he had a lot of smart decision making that saved all of them. Which means for my actual pick, I gotta give it to Gon. Gon was kind of on both ends of the spectrum. In some scenes he was very clutch, but at the same time the other scenes he was not that clutch at all. I think the moment that really swayed me to pick Gon though is the moment where they were in the cave. They all thought they were going to be stuck down there, but he made 2 crucial decisions. He first saved Leorio, and then he also held his breath and brought them all at the cave. Like, come on now. I feel like that's got to be the most clutch moment of that whole entire arc. So that's now the second award that Gon has gotten. So now that we got the awards out the way, we can just do a quick tally to see who won what and how many of each they won. Alright, starting off with Gon, he got 2 honorable mentions and then 2 actual awards. He won the MVP for this arc and also he got the most clutch for this arc. His 2 honorable mentions were obviously the 2 that he didn't win, so the Coldest moment and then also the most improved. Killua came in second with 1 actual award and then 2 honorable mentions. Leorio came in third with 1 actual award and an honorable mention. And then Kurapika came in last with only 1 honorable mention.
Kurapika is now drowning in an indescribable emptiness.
In terms of actual strength at the end of this arc, I think I would give first place to Killua, then Kurapika, then Gon, then Leorio. Hey y'all, look, that's all I got for this video. So if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.